Before the world knew her name, before the sold-out arenas and historic Grammy wins, there was just a little girl from Houston with a dream so powerful, it couldn't be silenced. Beyoncé Knowles didn't rise to global superstardom overnight. Her journey is one of quiet beginnings, relentless discipline, and unshakable belief in her purpose. She wasn't just born a star, she built herself into one. Through failures, criticism, and unimaginable pressure, Beyoncé transformed pain into power and dreams into legacy. Her story is not just about music, it's about resilience, self-belief, and the courage to stand tall in a world that often tries to dim your light. This is the inspirational story of how Beyoncé became more than an entertainer, she became a force of nature. Beyoncé Giselle Knowles was born on September 4, 1981, in Houston, Texas. She grew up in a tight-knit family that nurtured her creativity and encouraged her talents. Her father, Matthew Knowles, worked as a sales executive, and her mother, Tina Knowles, was a hairdresser and salon owner with a flair for fashion. It was Tina who would later design many of Beyoncé's costumes, even before the world came to know her name. From a young age, Beyoncé stood out not because she was the loudest or most outgoing, but because she had an undeniable spark. At just 7 years old, she shocked an audience by hitting a high note in a school talent show performance of John Lennon's Imagine. That moment was a turning point. Her parents realized their daughter had something special, and so did Beyoncé. But talent wasn't her only gift. She had an intense work ethic. While other children were playing outside, Beyoncé was practicing, singing in front of the mirror, rehearsing choreography, studying performers she admired. She was a perfectionist even then, driven by an inner fire to be the best. Despite her talent, Beyoncé's childhood wasn't always easy. She struggled with shyness and was often quiet at school. Singing became her safe space, a place where she could express herself freely. Her parents supported her dreams fully, with her father eventually leaving his job to manage her budding music career, a decision that brought both opportunity and pressure into their lives. At just 9 years old, Beyoncé joined a girl group called Girls' Time. The group practiced tirelessly, performing at local events and talent shows. In 1993, they experienced a painful loss on the national television show Star Search. Most kids would have been crushed, but for Beyoncé, it was a lesson in humility and resilience. She didn't let the defeat define her. Instead, it fueled her determination. From those early days in Houston, Beyoncé was already writing the blueprint of her future, not just as an artist, but as a fighter. Every performance, every practice session, every setback was shaping a star in the making. As Beyoncé entered her teenage years, her world began to shift from rehearsals in her mom's salon to the spotlight of the music industry. After the disappointment on Star Search, her group Girls' Time didn't give up, they evolved. With Matthew Knowles taking full control as their manager, the group was reshaped, refined, and eventually rebranded as Destiny's Child. While most teenagers were navigating high school hallways, Beyoncé was in and out of studios, vocal training sessions, and intense rehearsals. Her life was anything but ordinary. Her parents made sacrifices, pouring their time and money into her career. Matthew quit his job, and Tina continued designing costumes and supporting the girls emotionally. The pressure on young Beyoncé was enormous, but she handled it with grace and grit beyond her years. In 1997, after years of development, Destiny's Child signed a record deal with Columbia Records. Beyoncé was just 15. The group's breakout came with their second album, The Writings on the Wall, 1999, featuring hits like Say My Name and Bills, Bills, Bills. The album catapulted them to international fame and made Beyoncé the undeniable centerpiece of the group. But success came with challenges. As Destiny's Child rose to the top, internal conflicts led to lineup changes and public scrutiny. The pressure could have torn Beyoncé apart, but instead, she used it as fuel. Behind the scenes, she was writing songs, producing, and learning every aspect of the music business. At just 18, Beyoncé had already weathered fame, criticism, and immense responsibility. Yet she remained focused, grounded by her family and her unshakable belief in her purpose. Her teenage years were not defined by carefree memories, but by relentless growth, resilience, and the early steps of a career that would change the world. By the early 2000s, Beyoncé had already conquered the music charts with Destiny's Child. But deep inside, she felt a calling to explore her own artistic identity, one that went beyond the boundaries of a group. It was a bold move, and not without risk. Many doubted whether she could succeed on her own. After all, history had seen many group members struggle when stepping into the spotlight alone. But Beyoncé wasn't just another singer. She was a visionary. In 2003, she released her debut solo album, Dangerously in Love. It was a game changer. The album topped the Billboard charts and earned her 5 Grammy Awards in one night. With hits like Crazy in Love featuring Jay-Z and Baby Boy, Beyoncé didn't just prove the doubters wrong, she redefined what it meant to be a solo female artist in the 21st century. This was more than just a career move. It was her moment of transformation. Beyoncé wasn't just a breakout star, she was becoming a cultural force. Her music carried messages of confidence, empowerment, and independence. She wasn't just performing songs, she was telling stories, owning her narrative, and inspiring a generation to do the same. But her breakthrough wasn't only about awards and hit singles. It was about the way she carried herself, with professionalism, humility, and an unmatched drive to grow. She was involved in every aspect of her art: writing, producing, choreographing, and directing. She had stepped into her power completely, and the world took notice. With Dangerously in Love, Beyoncé showed that she was no longer just the lead singer of a successful group, she was a solo artist with a voice the world needed to hear. Beyoncé's career has been nothing short of extraordinary. With 32 Grammy Awards, she holds the record as the most awarded artist in Grammy history. Her groundbreaking performances, from her iconic 2018 Coachella set to the 2013 Super Bowl halftime show, have set new standards for live entertainment. Albums like Lemonade and Beyoncé redefined how music could be released, received, and experienced, blending art, activism, and storytelling in bold new ways. But Beyoncé's impact reaches far beyond music. She has used her platform to amplify voices, fight injustice, and empower the marginalized. In 2013, she founded BYOD, a philanthropic initiative that supports causes ranging from disaster relief to education, housing, and mental health. Through BYOD, she has provided scholarships to students across the US, supported small Black-owned businesses, and contributed millions to COVID-19 relief efforts. After Hurricane Katrina and later Hurricane Harvey devastated her home state of Texas, Beyoncé didn't just send money, she showed up, helped rebuild communities, and offered hope where it was needed most. She's also been a fierce advocate for women's rights and racial justice, consistently using her art and influence to speak truth to power. In everything she does, Beyoncé leads with purpose. Whether she's singing on the world's biggest stages or quietly funding programs that uplift others, her mission remains the same: to inspire, to empower, and to give back. Behind the dazzling lights, sold-out tours, and global acclaim, Beyoncé cherishes one role above all: being a wife, a mother, and a daughter. Her family has always been her foundation, providing strength, balance, and purpose throughout her journey. In 2008, Beyoncé married rapper and business mogul Sean "Jay-Z" Carter, forming one of the most powerful and influential couples in entertainment history. Their relationship, though often in the public eye, has been a testament to growth, forgiveness, and unity. They've collaborated artistically, supported each other's ventures, and built an empire together, grounded in love and mutual respect. In 2012, Beyoncé gave birth to their first child, Blue Ivy Carter. Motherhood added a new dimension to her life. It inspired her to become even more intentional with her message, focusing more on legacy, identity, and the world she wanted her children to grow up in. Later, in 2017, she gave birth to twins, Rumi and Sir Carter. With 3 children, Beyoncé embraced motherhood with the same passion she brings to the stage: fiercely protective, deeply loving, and spiritually grounded. Her bond with her mother, Tina Knowles, remains just as strong. Tina was not only her stylist and creative partner during the Destiny's Child years, she was Beyoncé's emotional anchor. Beyoncé often credits her mom for teaching her strength, independence, and the importance of lifting others as you rise. Beyoncé's performances aren't just shows, they're experiences. With every stage she steps on, she brings a level of precision, power, and creativity that redefines what a live performance can be. Whether it's her electrifying Super Bowl halftime show, her groundbreaking Coachella homecoming set, or a surprise visual album drop, Beyoncé doesn't just perform, she makes history. She blends choreography, storytelling, and vocal excellence in a way few artists ever have. Every movement is intentional, every lyric delivered with emotion, and every audience left breathless. Her performances are more than entertainment, they're cultural moments. And her fashion, it's as fearless as her voice. From red carpets to music videos, Beyoncé uses fashion as a form of self-expression and empowerment. She's worn everything from custom couture gowns to bold, Afrocentric designs that honor her heritage. Whether styled by her mother Tina in the early Destiny's Child days or in collaboration with the world's top designers, Beyoncé's style is our own fashion line, Ivy Park, which promotes strength, confidence, and inclusivity. Through fashion, just like her music, Beyoncé continues to break boundaries and inspire self-expression for millions around the world. Despite her fame, Beyoncé is deeply private when it comes to her family life. She values normalcy for her children and strives to give them a childhood rooted in love, culture, and truth. To Beyoncé, family isn't just important, it's everything. It's where she finds peace, strength, and inspiration to keep evolving as a woman and an artist. Beyoncé's story is more than a tale of fame, it's a blueprint for turning dreams into reality through discipline, resilience, and heart. From a quiet girl in Houston to a global icon, she has faced rejection, criticism, and personal struggles. But each challenge became a stepping stone, each setback a setup for a greater comeback. As Beyoncé once said, your journey is not defined by where you start, but by how far you're willing to go. There will be times when you're overlooked, doubted, or told you're not enough. But don't let the world decide your worth, decide it for yourself. Work hard, stay true to who you are, and never stop believing in your voice, your vision, and your purpose. The world will try to silence your light, but you were born to shine. Let your passion lead, and your power will follow. She broke barriers, not just with her music, but with her message. She stood for women when it was easier to stay silent. She celebrated Black culture unapologetically. She turned her pain into art, her platform into purpose, and her success into service. Beyoncé has proven that true greatness isn't about being perfect, it's about being authentic, relentless, and rooted in love. She continues to inspire millions by showing that you can be powerful and graceful, successful and generous, fierce and compassionate. Her legacy is not just in awards or record sales, but in the lives she's touched, the dreams she's awakened, and the doors she's opened for future generations. Beyoncé is more than a superstar. She is a symbol of what's possible when talent meets vision and purpose meets passion. That's the inspirational story of Beyoncé. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel Inspirational People to help us make more videos like this.